Splatoon 3 is a perfect game with absolutely no flaws whatsoever. You know what makes Splatoon such a great and perfect game series? It's awesome weapons. But despite the fact that Nintendo does such an immaculate job at constantly making sure that weapons are properly balanced and the meta never becomes stale, there are some weapons that go overlooked. That's what I'm here for. I'm a very cool and amazing comp player who has been in the scene for a very long time. With my extensive knowledge on this game, I've decided to put together the definitive list for the best weapons in the game that nobody is talking about. If you want to get an edge over other players, this video is for you. Now, let's stop squidding around and let's get straight into the top 5 weapons in Splatoon 3. Number 5. The Bamboozler. Bamboozler is often overlooked because it's a charger that kills in 2 shots rather than 1. And of course such a weapon could never be prevalent in the meta, right? Wrong. First of all, the Bamboozler is so dazzlingly beautiful that anyone who fights it is going to be too wowed to put up a real fight, so you win automatically. Second, it being a 2-shot doesn't make it bad, it just has a high skill floor, but this thing is an absolute menace once you learn it. And you can do this! Number 4. The Grayskull Splatana is a beast of a weapon. First of all, it deals infinite damage, and infinity is of course a bigger number than 100, which is how much HP a player character has. Not only that, but it can hit through any armor or shield, so those pesky brillas you run into all the time in the comp scene are no longer going to be a problem. Its short range may look daunting to the uninitiated, but keep in mind that this thing can cross the distance from one end of the Grand Canyon to the other in a single lunge. The only downside is that you will be banned if you use it because you have to hack it in to play it in PvP. Number 3. Unlike the Grayskull Splatana, the little body is available to play in multiplayer if you input a special super secret code in the lobby. That means it's completely fair game to play, and I honestly just don't understand why people don't use it more often. It can eat anything very quickly, making it a devastating weapon as long as you can aim it. It also has global range once you buy the airplane upgrade for it. Also, just look at it! It's so adorable! Number 2. The Princess Cannon is a devastating weapon against any enemy. It might not turf anything, but you have your teammates for that. The Princess Cannon will wipe out the whole enemy team in one fell swoop. Fighting a child? The child will drop their controller and begin wailing like a little baby when faced with your superior royal killer whale for long enough. They do not like being yelled at. If you aim it at a more well-adjusted member of society, that being an adult, then the adult will stop playing the game to rant about Perlina for 10 hours instead. Either way, you win. And finally, number 1. Splatter Color Screen is the best weapon in the game by a long shot. It makes Bamboo completely useless unless your opponent has the Byakugan. But more importantly, due to the neurodivergent to neurotypical ratio of the Splatoon community, you will incapacitate 99% of the player base by just hitting them with the special.